Hello and welcome back to Berserker. We're going to be fighting CHAGHAN here. Now CHAGHAN has a rather inaccurate combat strength evaluation from our mod right there. Apparently they have 554. Yeah, that is actually not true, of course. They have a much less... kind of strange. I don't know why that happens sometimes. I think the combat strength mod sometimes gets a little bit confused because they either join an army and then it just remains the same when they leave, and that might be the reason why there are always those display issues sometimes. But what I'm actually going to do in this episode is obviously we're going to try and do as much damage as we possibly can to the Khuzait. That is obviously the main thing that I would like to do, because basically eliminating the Khuzait early on is one of the best things anyone can do when they play a game of Bannerlord. Because in my opinion the Khuzait are a plague, basically. They are the reason why a lot of games end up being not so enjoyable. And I'm not saying that their faction is bad by any means, because I actually really like them. I like the way that they play. I like the fact that their horse archers are so incredibly effective, because back when, you know, in Warband, the Kurgits were completely different. They were still okay. I mean, they were still useful, but they were just not that good, you know. Most of the time the Kurgits would be a faction that you could basically ignore for the most part. You wouldn't have to worry about them in the least. They would basically just be one of those extra factions that would interfere a little bit here and there, and they would maybe take a couple of things, but most of the time you wouldn't have to worry about them in any significant respect. However, the Khuzait, they're a completely different beast, because here's the thing. The Khuzait, because they are so cavalry focused and because Horse Archer AI is so much better than it used to be, you could pretty much guarantee that these guys are going to dominate on the fields of battle. And that is the main thing that you have to think about here. Actual domination on the field is so much more important in Bannerlord than it used to be in Warband. Because in Warband, yeah, sure, you know, you could always, you know, get a victory here or there, you know, up against some people on the fields of battle, and you'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine, you know, that's alright. But then they're going to come back relatively fast, and they're going to have really, really good units and all that stuff. Because obviously the way that troop replenishment worked in Warband was very different to how it works in Bannerlord. So, for example, if you win in a field battle in Bannerlord, it's so much better, because it basically makes it so that you have a chance to take advantage of your victory. You know what I mean? Whereas in Warband, you'd basically win and then you'd be like, oh, okay, well, I've taken that vassal out, and, well, it's good that I've done that, because it, you know, it eliminates an immediate threat, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really do that much. But in Bannerlord, it's very different, because you eliminate that one vassal, and then that vassal has to run around trying to build up their army again. And you can see that quite clearly here. Look at this guy. He's running around with how many heavy horse archers? He has one. Yeah, he has one heavy horse archer. Now, bear in mind that if this was Warband, I would assume he'd have at least 10, maybe 15 heavy horse archers in that case, because they're going to just magic them up from the garrisons nearby. They're going to, you know, be very, very easily able to gain these units back without having too many difficulties. Whereas in Bannerlord, it's a lot more natural the way that happens, and they do have to build them up slightly. It's not a case of them just magically getting these things back into their armies and then having no problems whatsoever, you know, doing that. So that's obviously something to bear in mind, and that's the reason why the Khuzait are so incredibly strong sometimes, because they are able to do these things that you wouldn't expect. They are able to win these field battles, and then those field battles will snowball into an effect where they can basically just be like, oh, okay, now that we've eliminated this army, because they are obviously much better in field battles than basically any other faction, because they have so many horse archers. Now that they've done that, now that they've eliminated this large army of the opponent, they have they basically have the prime real estate for moving in, taking some territory, and then continuing the cycle again and again and again against any opponent that could rise up and potentially challenge them. And that's, in my opinion, the reason why the Khuzait should be eliminated first, if you are talking about strategy. Obviously, this is very much down to your own personal preference, of course. This is just my opinion, and you might have a different one. You might think, hey, I don't personally find the Khuzait, problematic. I personally do, but maybe you don't. That's just what I'm saying here. But personally, for me, I think eliminating the Khuzait first is a good way to go. Anyway, I'm actually going to be building something new, because someone said, hey, aren't you a berserker? Why aren't you using a two-handed axe? Well, why not? Let's make it Oh. Well, I guess that's the reason why I'm not making a two-handed axe, because I literally have 2 axe heads. That's it. I literally have 2 axe heads. That's all I can literally make. I'm really, really annoyed right now that I don't have anything better than this. Yeah, this is actually kind of pathetic. Okay, well, let me see. What can I do here? Okay, well, I want 100 weapon. I mean, look at the look at the cutting damage. Look at the cutting damage. It is absolutely pitiful. That is absolutely pitiful. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do with that. What am I supposed to do with that? Now, can I get any better than this? If I use any of the other... No. Look at that. Apparently axes are terrible, eh? Apparently axes are really, really bad. Okay, well, we'll try it out, eh? We'll try it out, and we'll see what happens. Let me see if I can... Okay, well, let's do it. Let's do something like this. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be... we lost a little bit of handling. Okay, choppy, choppy, axe, murder, death, version 1. There we go. Perfect. Perfect name, right? Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's try it, shall we? I mean, obviously, this is not exactly ideal. I actually did purchase a couple of axes before the episode started because I wanted to smelt those down and maybe gain some parts. And I did actually gain some parts from those axes. But apparently, it was not that successful, amazingly enough. Anyway, I'm going to swap out my two-handed. And I'm going to keep the one-handed on me just in case. And now I have a two-handed axe with me as well. So let's see what I can do with that. We do have a couple of people that have leveled up. Actually, a lot of people that have leveled up. Very nice indeed. And now let's move on. So let's have a look-see here. Okay, so there's Honoratus. Are you going to actually try and take something, sir? I think it would be quite good if you were to actually do that, because it seems like the Southern Empire is having some pretty significant issues right now. Anyway, as you can see, my mercenary contract is still fantastic. I'm going to just head in here real fast just to do a nice little auto-resolve against this little caravan here, just to get a couple more recruits. Oh, speaking of that, actually, we should probably do something about the, what am I trying to say here? Perks? Yeah. We should probably do something about the perks. Maybe I've actually forgotten what I've literally just wanted to say, but yeah, we should probably spend our perks because we do have 2 of those and we have an attribute point and a focus point as well. So let's have a look. Bandit, okay, that's awful. Chris is, okay, that's also awful. I have no idea what to go for. I guess I'll just go for smuggler connections because the other one is not yet implemented, so we'll just go for that. And otherwise, +10 to party size or +1 troop joins you when fighting in hideouts. Troops in your formation gain 5% movement speed bonus when they are less than 15 soldiers. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why that even is a thing. I'm going to be taking +10 to party size. None of that really makes any difference whatsoever, or at least I don't personally feel like it does make that much of a difference. Shall I take some thrown weapon proficiency? I mean, thrown weapons, I don't know whether they actually increase my movement speed at all. If it does at some point, then I might try to go for it. But it is highly unlikely that they would give a perk that gives you movement speed for some kind of range. But, you know, they've done that before sometimes, where they have some really weird perks give strange benefits, you know, and they have nothing to do with it, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go for some leadership now, finally, and we're going to start leveling up our social, because I did say in a previous episode, hey, what should I do, you know, should I go for control, should I go for social? And it kind of speaks to me that we should go for social here, because control is basically just range, and I'm not really using range. Someone actually suggested that I use a shield as well. Now, okay, so here's the thing. The main reason why I'm not using a shield is due to my one-handed perks. There's one-handed perk that basically gives me more damage. I think it's 20% more damage for not having a shield equipped. And I wonder whether the... Oh, wait a minute. I wonder whether the thrown weapons are actually throwing me off right there. It might. Yeah, no. As you can see, 20% more damage while wielding a one-handed weapon without a shield. I actually thought that it might be something without a ranged weapon as well, but no, it is just without a shield. So that's the main reason why I'm not using a shield. Also, Berserkers, I don't think that that's very thematic, you know, to use a shield as a Berserker. It just doesn't really make that much sense. That's the reason also why I wanted to get a two-handed axe as well. But I wanted to get something much better than that. I wanted to get something much better made, but unfortunately I just don't have the parts available just yet. Hopefully I'm going to have the parts at some point in the near future, and we're just going to continue throwing these guys in here and leveling up our forces. And I'm just going to take these small pieces of gear and some food and some trade goods, and oh, and I actually took all the rest by mistake. Okay, well that was great, wasn't it? But it's only 3,000 experience, I suppose, so it's not really going to make that much of a difference, but yeah, that probably would have been good to save. Oh well. I was actually attempting to run around here to try and intercept a couple of Azurai vassals, but apparently they're being very sneaky. I don't really know where they are. It seems like they are somewhat hiding for some reason. I don't know why that would be, because let's face it, they could probably take us on quite easily. Look at that. Lovely amounts of experience. I mean, not experience. Well, technically a decent amount of experience, but we're also getting 25,000 gold, which is really good. And we're just going to sell all of our armor that we got there as well. 8,300. Pretty nice. And how... do we have any workshops, by the way? Yeah, we do have a workshop. It's producing 93. Yes, 93 gold. Oh, hello. That was a bit worry. Oh. Huh. What do I want to do here? I don't know. I know what I want to do. I want to go in here versus this woman and try to eliminate her as fast as we possibly can. Let's just take her prisoner really, really quickly, and then we'll probably get out of here, to be honest. I mean, I don't know whether I want to assist. Do I want to assist them? Maybe? Maybe I want to assist them, maybe I don't. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, here's the thing. They're gonna lose if I don't help, right? But I kinda... Oh, you know what? Let's go over to... Oh, wait a minute. They're going to win really easily. Okay, you know what? Let's just go in there, try out our two-handed axe. I mean, it's basically a foregone conclusion that we are going to win this now. I actually wanted to go and sell my prisoners at the nearby town first, because we don't have that much space left over. But what can you do? Sometimes you're not able to do it, and you just gotta roll with it, you know. You just gotta roll with it and see what happens. Anyway, let's see here. We don't really have a very large contingent of cavalry at the moment, so that's obviously a bit of disappointment for me. But let's see how my two-handed axe does. Not holding out much hope for this, to be honest. Oh, not bad. Not bad. We actually hit that guy for 60 damage. Bear in mind that we have a very small point of lethality here, and I'm talking about the fact that the axe itself is a it has a very small axe head, so it obviously is going to be a little bit more difficult for me to use and inflict damage with, but maybe I can be a little lucky here and there. So we'll see what happens. Oh, hello there. Oh, no. Get him. Get him. Ah, I'm hitting the horse. I really do not want to hit the horse. Thank you very much. Oh, nice. Took that guy down at least. That was cool. Ow. Of course they're going to hit me on the head. Well, thankfully I have no brains to speak of, so I should be absolutely fine. There we go. Oh, nice. Took that guy off his horse at least. Got to be a little bit careful here. Do not want to get skewered by any of the thrown weapon guys. So I'm just going to stay around this rock a little bit, because it seems like most of the cavalry is coming around here. Do bear in mind that we do have a one-handed as well, so if I do want something a little bit quicker to use, then I can of course do that. This guy is now dead, thankfully. Going to use the horse as a bit of a shield, because then they're not going to charge straight on in. They're going to get staggered if they decide to do that, which is great. Anyway, let's tell my forces to charge in here. I think we should be absolutely fine. Let's not get killed. Ah, whew. Okay, I was a little bit worried about that for a real quick second. Oh, his shield's gone already. That's why we use an axe. That is why we use an axe. It destroys shields super, super fast. At least I think it does. I didn't see any trait that would kind of convey that particular, you know, that particular thing that the axe has, but that's what they used to do in Warband, so maybe they have the same trait or attribute in this, which would be fantastic, because I absolutely love that. Back in Warband, that was one of my favorite things to do, destroying shields. And there's a... Okay, you know why we crashed? You see this right up here? Do you see that right there? Can you see my cursor, actually? Can you see my cursor move? Yeah, I think you can see my cursor move. Anyway, you see this right up here? This is the reason for this crash. This guy died versus a Berserker. That's the reason why these crashes are happening. Because I think that one vassal is killed, and then the game just for some reason can't handle that. I don't have any of those mods, by the way, that have anything to do with hero protection or executions or anything like that enabled this time, because I wanted to try and avoid that this time around, but apparently that's not working. Great. Oh well, never mind, I'll be back in a second. Alright, so it's been at least, I don't even know, 25 minutes since the cut. Yeah, okay, so a huge amount has happened since that time. I haven't been playing the game the whole time, obviously, because I had some other things to do in between. But now, here's the thing. I'm obviously not going to really get involved in larger scale battles unless I know for certain that no one's going to die, which obviously I can never know. But bear in mind that, as I said before, I don't have any of those mods that increase the chances of people dying or anything like that. Now, the main reason why I'm here is I'd actually like Zachanus' army to take Kyrenia Castle. As you can see, they're very close by to doing that. They only have 47 enemies to eliminate before they can take Kyrenia Castle. Obviously, there is a massive army of Monchugs over here, and bear in mind that that army has been wandering around trying to eliminate anyone they can get their hands on, and obviously I wanted to try and prevent that as much as possible. I did have to roll back my save, so I had to play for at least 10 minutes to get back to where we were beforehand, because the save did include, thankfully, our crafting of the two-handed axe, but I needed to equip it again, I needed to level up, I needed to sell all my prisoners and basically fight every single person again, so I had to remember where I went and all that stuff. The trials and tribulations of playing a game that crashes consistently, and I have no idea why even that it does that at the moment. Anyway, whoa, that's a lot of cavalry. Okay, this is scary, actually. This is actually really, really scary to see this stuff when my forces don't have any shields whatsoever. This is really, really bad. As you can see, Kuzate Keshigs, those guys are really damaging. Yes, nice 94 damage right there. Can I get some more? Yeah, there we go, 84 damage. Can I get some more? No, okay, apparently not. Got to be really careful about continuing to pursue the opponent as well. You really do not want to pursue them in this case, because let's face it, they're horse archers. They know what to do in a pursuit situation. If you're trying to take them down, it's basically impossible. Whoa, that was a nice hit from someone right there. You hit him right in the head. That was really nice. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be very problematic. Unless my forces can actually start murdering them with their thrown weapons, we are going to have a very, very agonizing death on our hands, which is really not something I desperately want. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I can do something here. Nice kill. Can I get some more kills? Come on. Yeah, they're just way too far away right now. They are just way too far away. It's very, very difficult for me to get into range of these guys. They are so incredibly slippery. And maybe... oh yeah, you run me down, you scoundrel. That's absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Every single time that happens, I just think to myself, Really? You couldn't do anything better than that? You couldn't just either, you know, get cleaved in two by my massive two-handed axe, or, you know, kill me? Maybe that would be good. Anyway, let's see if I can... okay, yeah, that's not going to work. We're going to get killed here. Nice. We hit him. We hit him down right there. That was really, really good. Yeah, these Khuzait Keshig units, they are the main reason why this is even a battle. Because this would have been an absolute slaughter without them on the enemy side. They are the noble units, I believe, of the Khuzait. And I think they are probably the highest tier. I've got to take a look at that after this, because I think they might be the highest tier. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, no. The Khuzait Khan's guards are the highest tier. So who are the Keshigs? I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember, because it's been a long time since I've played with the Khuzait. So do bear that in mind. Okay, yeah. I have a bad feeling about this, actually. I have a pretty bad feeling about it. As you can see, we're losing in terms of numbers, and they are winning quite a lot. This is the main reason for it. These guys right here. We don't have any more thrown weapons. That's also the problem. Come on. I really wanted to get that guy. Nice. We got that guy at least. Heavy Lancer. Get him dead. Get him dead as well. Maybe. Nice. Took him down too. Okay, let's go into these guys. This is bad. Oh no. This is really bad. I've got 1 HP. 1 HP, and I'm still alive, just about. Can you believe it? I think I might actually achieve victory here, believe it or not. Nice. We took him down with a jump and slash. That was cool. And if I survive with 1 HP, that is going to be an absolute miracle. What a miracle fight right there. Okay, yeah, that is indeed it. I don't think there are any more enemies in the area. I don't think so. Just a couple. Hello. Yeah, he blocked that, unfortunately. Yeah, eventually, of course, these guys are going to run out of ammunition. We're just lucky that they did not take out all of us in the time that it took us to hunt them all down, basically. That's the main issue there. But there you go. We literally lost 40 units. That's a significant loss on our part, but we were able to prevent some very strong units from moving toward our attacking offensive force, which was the main reason why I even decided to do this in the first place, because we really wanted to prevent them from being intercepted. That was super, super important for us. Anyway, let's just see if I can take a bunch of stuff here. Someone said that I should filter in the case of value first, which I very much appreciate. That is a very nice hint indeed, and definitely something that I'm going to be doing going forward. There you go. Now we can hopefully leave. I think we can hopefully get away from here. I mean, we're still pretty fast. Hopefully they're going to take Karinia Castle before they... never mind. Apparently they are not able to take Karinia Castle before they are eliminated, or at the very least they are going to be eliminated quite soon, which is going to be sorely disappointing for us, especially considering we tried so hard to prevent them from being attacked. But there you go. That's just how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. There was a rebellion, by the way, that went on at Onira, but apparently that has been resolved. Not entirely sure how that was resolved so fast, but yeah, we are now at peace, by the way, with the Azurai, as you can tell by the top of the screen, of course. And we are now only at war against the Khuzait, which is really not that big a deal because, well, the war exhaustion is about to kick in, and peacetime is going to wash over the land like a wonderful, wonderful, soapy, well, water place. Yes, exactly. Words fail me in that particular instance. Oh, dearie me, dearie me. Okay, well, whatever the case, I'm just going to continue recruiting as much as I possibly can. I mean, that's pretty much all I can do right now, just to try and recuperate my my own forces' strength, because, well, bad things happened this whole time, where we were just losing many, many units. Oh, wait a minute. They've changed athletics. Have they changed athletics? I'm not entirely sure. Each skill point above 250 grants you +1 hit point. Okay. Good job, developers of Bannerlord. You've done a great thing here by changing the athletic skill. I believe it wasn't this way beforehand. I think it was just that it increased your running speed a little bit more at the time. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember, so do forgive me for that. But +1 hit point above 250. 1 point gives you 1 hit point. That is super powerful. That's really good. And I'm not exaggerating there. And I'm not trying to say that that's fantastic when it's not. That is really good. Oh, this is also fantastic. Losses to siege bombardment has a 50% chance of getting wounded instead of getting killed. That's really nice. Also a 30% increased chance to recover lethal wounds in siege assaults. That's really nice too. Personally, I'm not going to take veterinarian because I am literally not a person that's using that much cavalry, and I'm just going to use siege medic instead. And that probably hints to me that I should probably spec a little bit into engineering anyway. I think that's probably a good idea as it stands. But, you know, it's just that the game crashes every single time I make my own cavalry for some reason. So yeah, again, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but hopefully we'll maybe figure it out a little bit later down the line. But it seems like that's going to be it for this episode because, well, what else is there for me to do apart from do some tasks down in Azerai territory, try to rectify my own army and get ready for the next war, whatever that may be. And you can see quite clearly here, by the way, that the Southern Empire is looking very dire right now, and it looks to me like they're going to be eliminated quite soon. So with that, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.